What is up, everybody? Welcome back to another video. Today we are going to talk about healing. All right, so I know it's been a very circulating topic of more so specific to solo queue, but I'm gonna make this more general, and why we're gonna talk about like could Blizzard do to make people want to heal more. Okay, because I know this has been a circulating topic of people like, how do we incentivize healers? My honest opinion as a healer is no cosmetic, monetary, gold, item, pet, toy, whatever the frick would not make me want to, that would not incentivize me to heal anymore, because it's a core gameplay issue in the sense that it's not, especially solo shuffle in general, it is not fun. Like, people pay to play this game. They are expecting to have fun. I'm not like, it's just a healer. You're not just a slave to every DPS. That's what every DPS tries to make it sound like. It's kind of insane. Yeah, the toxicity can be really annoying. But like, that's in every game. Like, I mean, it is what it is when people start shit talking you. I know it definitely affects some people, and that's a big reason why they don't do solo shuffle altogether. But for me, it's like the gameplay is an issue, and in terms of gameplay, it's the damn dampening, man. It frustrates me. I made a video a few weeks back ranting on this. It's very frustrating when, like, think about it like this. I try to refer to a DPS. How would you like it as a DPS if, you know, between 2s and 3s, your damage is normal, but you go into solo shuffle and now you do 30% less damage instantly? Like, it's like kind of frustrating, you know, and you kind of feel somewhat worthless in a lot of the cases because your cooldowns that would be good enough in 2s or 3s or battlegrounds or whatever, they don't even, like, they do nothing. And it's like you're playing an entirely different game. You're trying to gauge all these different things, and on top of having to deal with teammates that have no synergy, and they don't, most of the time they don't give a fuck about you. They're just going in there and zugging, and then you're going to complain that you didn't heal them. And it's like, this is an inherent problem of the healing role just not being enjoyable. And honestly, like, what I want to give I'm not trying to just make this a complaining thing. I want to try to give alternatives and, you know, possible solutions to this, right? So for me, it's making healing more fun. Okay, what can we do to make healing more fun? Personally, chill on the dampening, but unfortunately that is a tough issue to deal with because of so much hybrid, like DPS self-sustain healing, whether that's heavy defensives or self-healing. I think if they could get to a place where you're able to tune down the dampening, and tune down the self-healing, because you still want the gameplays to be fast. Obviously, if you tune down dampening, games go too long. I understand. But if we can get to a point where your healer actually does the healing and not your DPS, it would feel way better, because you're not feeling like you're just fighting into a losing battle all the time. Like, you know, 2 minutes into a game, if you happen to get a 2-minute game, all of your abilities do nothing. Like, it just comes to the point where you don't do anything, and everything all the buttons you're pressing are pretty much worthless. And like I said, it's a tough thing to deal with, especially if you're not an experienced healer. You're like, why the heck would I do this? Every button I press doesn't even matter. Like, it gets at you a little bit. So if that would be my number one thing, would be to find a place where we can drop the dampening down. But obviously you would have to preface that with just keep chopping away, which they're doing a great job with, honestly. Chopping away at like the self-healing. The other option is, I wanted to bring up the recent changes that they've had in these last 2 change rounds, and this is another great thing, another great alternative that could, you know, incentivize healing, is making healing do more than just healing. Okay, I know people love to hate on me for doing damage. I get so much hate, like a ridiculous amount of hate, especially in solo shuffle. Like, stop trying to do damage. If you ever lose a game, it doesn't matter if it was their fault or not. It's the reason is solely and only because I was doing damage. That is why we lost. But it's funny because, like, those are the same people that complain that nobody's healing. Like, healing, it's not fun in nature, like in PvP. Like, what makes it, for me at least, what makes it fun, I think a lot of you guys, especially my viewers, can kind of attest to this, and I see so many comments about this, like, thank you for showing me this, like, this is the only thing keeping me healing, is like doing damage as a healer, having the opportunity to at the same time of healing is so much fun. And if you can get to the place where you can do both, I don't want to play DPS anymore, because when you get this, if you can get to this place where you're a healer, but you can also make an impact on the game by doing damage or having heavy CC, most likely doing damage, it's hella fun because now I'm juggling 17 different things at once, mentally stimulating, aka fun. Okay, when I'm this is why I stopped playing Wrestle Druid. A lot of people say why I stopped playing Wrestle Druid, because they have shifted the design of Wrestle Druid to be a little bitch. Like, you have to sit in the corner, stay in bear form, keep your hots up, don't do anything. It's like you're literally a dog in a cage. Stay in your cage. If you leave the cage, you get your ass slapped, because now you're forced to use NS. Guess what? You don't have any other cooldowns. Bada boom, you lose. Right? It's not fun. I want the opportunity to do more, but in a way that's feasible and viable, right? Evoker is a great example of this. That's why I've been loving Evoker so much. Like, you don't have to go out of your way to do crazy damage and to have an impact on the game. Like, I can just get a Fire Breath off, a Living Flame off, maybe a Disintegrate, or a Deep Breath, and then I'm back to healing. Like, that's a great, perfect balance, honestly. If they could get all healers into a place where you can do stuff like that. Resto Shaman is getting there. I think Resto Shaman is more of a healing issue right now, but Resto Shaman having the opportunity to have Lasso and Stormkeeper, that's what's fun. That's what's going to get people to keep playing healers, right? And on top of all the healing stuff, like, that's... There are people that just like healing and doing nothing else. Like, I just want to sit back and chill, and I just want to heal. You know, sorry, I didn't mean to say it like that. But, like, that's fine. Good for you. But I think a lot of people, if you want to get more people to heal, because those people just love healing. They're going to heal no matter what. But if you want more people to heal, you got to make it more fun. Like, and this is stuff that they've been going over. So just some things to point out. The Mistweaver stuff. If they can somehow make fist sweeping viable, which literally all they need to do is make it a smart heal, they have done so many phenomenal changes in terms of fist sweeping. And this is just another thing to add to it. Adding the Shallow's gift with all the cloud talents. They've been buffing the crap out of the damage. They're what else did they end up adding? They in the recent buffs they buffed it even more. Where's Monk? Oh, not here. It's in PvP. They buffed all Monk damage even more. Like, they're making it more fun, doing all these things. Another one is Paladins. Let's look at Paladins. The Avenging Crusader. Avenging Crusader is so much fun, okay? And if they can get to a point where they can make these fun talents viable, people will play. Like, Avenging Crusader is a blast to play, but it's a 2-minute cooldown. When it falls off, you're like, ah, shit. Like, now I'm not, I can have fun for 20 seconds, but then I don't have fun for a minute and a half. But, like, dropping it down to a 45-second cooldown, getting you more active and more involved in the game, as long as they can make it in a viable way, which is, like, you know, make the healing enough, make your, you know, just, it has to be in a way that you're not completely throwing the game by doing something outside of healing. That's what's going to get people to keep going back. Discipline. They did phenomenal changes. They're pushing the Shadow School healing. Okay, that is fun. Like, all these changes have been phenomenal, and I think this is the best way to go about this. Like, the dampening, it's such a hard problem to deal with, because they've just dug the grave so deep on self-healing and self-sustain and defensives that it's so hard to be able to just if you tune in that dampening, you don't want these games to go forever. But if they could just get into a place where your healing matters, 1, and 2, the healers are fun, and you're able to do more than just heal. That could be CC as well. I want to clarify this. Doesn't mean every healer has to do damage, but, like, in a place where you don't feel like you're in the cage, and you're like, the second you get out of the cage, the DPS is like, get your ass back in the cage. You can't do anything. Like, you're like, oh shit, I went for a clone. Oh no, my bad. Like that's such a terrible feeling to have. But I think if they can get to a place where they can keep pushing all of these really fun talents and fun playstyles for healers, I think that is the best incentive. I don't think cosmetics are the way to go. I don't think, I mean, great if I think some people will care, but I think most people don't give a shit. I don't give a shit. I don't care about gold. I don't care about getting a cosmetic or mount or anything like that. But I just want the healing to be fun, and that's just all I want out of it. So that's kind of my thoughts on this. So let me know what you guys think. What is something that we could do together? What could Blizzard do to make you want to heal more? Especially if you guys don't play healers, what is something that would get you to want to heal? All right. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace out.